Welcome to Charleston, South Carolina. We are here for the Charleston Predators and the London Knights. Charleston coming in 4-8 from last season. London 5-7 from last season. London trying to rebuild off of a apparently disappointing season last season. They've rebuilt their entire team. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes. Rich Pratcher here with you. Eddie Gage sitting next to me in the booth. Martin Mello back in the truck handling stats. How you doing tonight, Eddie?
What up, though, SFL? I'm excited to call this game today. It looks like it's going to be a London offensive performance versus Charleston's defense that's going to decide this game.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, we talked about a little bit before the game. London, they're bringing back one player, guy from last season's team. They are loaded with rookies and your player. Again, we'll talk about that here in a little bit, but Charleston coming in with a huge defensive team, and we're about to get going. But yeah, London's offense against Charleston's defense, and we'll see how this turns out. We are getting ready to go here to open up the SFL season for both of these teams. It is season 14, and we are underway. The Predators to receive. Get that ball back at the 5-yard line, get it out across the 20. And that'll be first down and 10 for the Predators. Let's look at this Charleston offense. Quarterback TD Drew back for his third season with the Predators. Went 2,342 yards passing last season. Keith Swearingen for his fourth season with the Predators at halfback. Ken McCarro, Buchanan Simons at wide receiver. And Lyric DaVinci and Jay Taylor, both rookies, at the tight end spots. Under center, TD Drew hands it off to Swearingen up the middle, and there's nowhere to go. There's that new retooled London defense to make the stop, second down. Gives it to Swearingen again, going to the right-hand side and nowhere to go again. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Down at 11. They're going hurry up. They're going to move in tempo here. Looking to throw for the first time. Plenty of time. Sits in the pocket, but waits too long. And incomplete. Just gets rid of the ball. A little coverage sack there, Eddie.
Charleston was lucky to hang on to the ball on that play. Looking to surprise some people and get their offense going, which was one of the, not among the league's best last season with some up-tempo offense, but unfortunately for them, was unable to get anything going.
So a quick 3-and-out for the Predators, coming out trying to run and hurry up, and I don't know if it backfired on them a little bit but the punt from Wally Saddle come down at around the 45. He'll get the ball out to the 48, and we'll see the London Knights retooled offense come out here on first down here to start their season 14 offensive drive. The London Knights offense at quarterback, Angus McLean in his second season out of San Francisco. Halfback they bring in Jason Williams. Let's see what their first play is. Trips to the left, drop, throw. Angus McLean right over the middle. That one is complete. And that'll be a first down to the Darren Storm, the third-round pick for London.
They had Manning on a fade route in the corner. If he sees him and throws it to him, it's a touchdown at very first play.
So the rest of the team, wide receiver, Darren Storm, Gabriel Manning, and Devontae Duncan. Hands it off going to the left. Williams down at the 33. It's going to be a gain of 4. Second down and 6. Tight ends, Robert Garrett Jr. and Evan Wood.
Both of these teams have 2 starting tight ends on their roster.
4 wide for McLean, empty backfield. Looking to throw, goes to the left. That one's complete, but just short of the first. Good tackle by Jack Brown out there to stop Gabriel Manning from reaching that line to gain third down, and inches now the Knights.
Impressive individual effort. He actually got his feet across the first down marker, but unfortunately the ball was not. Looks like they're going to go for it here.
Going for it on third down and inches. Going to give it to Williams off the right-hand side, and he is close. Yeah, I don't know that he got it, Eddie.
Yeah, he lost a yard there.
Yeah, he did.
Punt.
So I bring up 4th down and 1. Boy, that big defensive front. All 3 rookies for the Predators, Yogi Barr, Jeff Hollywood, and Joseph Sobolka, made the big stop, and they're going to, looks like they may go for it here, inside the 30-yard line at the 28. Angus McLean, empty backfield. And they're just going to try and draw them off sides, and that does not work. So London will call their first time out of the half.
Hard to turn down points.
That's right.
The fullback on that third down play actually made a great block. Unfortunately, the right guard did not, which resulted in that 1-yard loss.
So this will be a 45-yard attempt from Jose Noe, the field goal kicker for the Knights. The snap is there, the kick is up, and it looks good. It is good. So London gets on the board first here in Charleston, 3-0 over the Predators.
I don't know about you, Rich, but it's got to be kind of nervous watching your kicker get ready to come up and attempt a field goal with his last name being No Way.
Yeah, that I had that same thought. So the kick is away. That'll come down at about the 5. Returning it up the right-hand side. Good return out past the 25 to the 28-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Predators. We'll see if they can come out and move the ball a little bit better this series. See if they stay in hurry up, Eddie.
Yeah, that was an interesting play calling there, or the decision to go hurry up.
So 2 to the right, single back in the shotgun. There's the snap, hands it off. No, fakes the handoff, throws to the left. That one's complete. Out across the line, gets the 1st down. That one's Jay Taylor with his first catch of the night. 1st down and 10.
I was waiting to see when we would see Charleston roll out this 2 tight end set. They did on this play here. Utilize the play action to get the linebackers sinking in, looking behind the backfield, and they were able to get them open there. Nice game for 1st down.
So 1st down and 10 now for the Predators coming out against this fresh, retooled London defense. Drops back to throw. TD Drew throws it right over the middle. That one's complete, but it's not going to be anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. Swearingen gets that one kind of the check down. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was a dangerous throw. I was looking downfield and no one was open. So, as you said, checked it down to his running back there, who's been named the team captain this season, Keith Swearingen.
I don't think they had a captain last season.
They do now.
In the shotgun, Drew to throw, sits in the pocket, going deep down the left-hand side, and incomplete. And he was wide open. Ken Maccaro looked like it hit him in the back, Eddie.
It did. I'm not sure what happened on that play there, but he just was ready. I don't know why he's not turning around. He's clearly passed the defender by a good 5-6 yards. That should have been 7 points on the board to start this game out for Charleston. Instead, it's 3rd down and 10.
So single back, 3rd and 10. TD Drew with Swearingen in the backfield. Looking to throw, goes deep down the middle this time. That one is caught down across the 30, down to the 27-yard line. Caught by number 44, or 46, sorry,
That was
Lyric Da Vinci.
Yeah, showing some little catch and run there and some strength to be able to separate itself and get a few more tough yards there.
So getting these tight ends involved early.
A tight end versus a free safety is a mismatch in an open field.
Absolutely. Going to go to Swearingen, going to the left, knocks down the first defender that tries to bring him down, but he's only going to gain 2.
He actually got some good blocking from both his tight ends on that play. If his left tackle does his job, that's about an 8-yard gain. Unfortunately, he got pushed back, which caused him to have to spread out wide, resulting in only a gain of 2.
Second down and 8 now for the Predators. 2 wide left, or 2 wide right, 1 wide left. Tight end on the left-hand side of the formation, on both sides. Throws it right over the middle to Swearingen, who was set up out wide. Brings up 3rd down and 3 from the London 20-yard line.
On this drive, they've kept both of their starting tight ends on the field.
Third and 3, Swearingen in the backfield, hands it to Swearingen, going to the right, but there is nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. He gets dropped at the line of scrimmage for no gain, 4th down and 3, and you would assume Charleston's going to go for the 3.
Yeah, interesting play call there. They've been having a bit of success running to the left thus far. This time they come out and I guess trying to surprise them and kicking out to the right. No gain, and they're going to try to tie this ball game up now with about a 40-yard field goal.
Kicker Amanda Moyer, the rookie. The kick is up, and it is good, and she gets her first points on the board here in the season 14. Here in season 14, Amanda Moyer. So that ties it up 3-3. And we will take a break and be back. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Back here in Charleston for the Predators and the Knights. Eddie, you know, we talked about London retooling their offense and their defense this season. They brought in Gabriel Manning from San Francisco. He should be a huge weapon for these guys coming in this season. That kick return comes back out across the 30 to the 32. 1,200 receiving yards last season. That's 5th in the SFL. He should be a huge weapon for these guys.
He's also a huge weapon in the return game. Anytime you can stop him just short of the 30 or here just after, that's a win in my book.
Yeah, London's added some big weapons, and hopefully we'll see him on display right here. Angus McLean in the shotgun, empty backfield. Looking to throw, goes right over the middle. That one's complete to Jason Williams. Gain of 9, 2nd down and 1. Talk about the defenses here now. Charleston's defense, the front 3 for them, all rookies. Yogi Barr and Jeff Hollywood at defensive end and Joseph Sabolka at defensive tackle. The linebackers, Jack Brown, Brandon Haight. Cornerbacks, Johnny Bravo and Callan Holly. Free safety, Z Temple and Zachary Bates. And the strong safety is Jack Hoffman. Going to the right, lowers his shoulder, and just short of the first down is Jason Williams, 3rd down and inches.
Charleston's defense finished 3rd in the SFL last season in points allowed per game. Despite the fact of their inept offense, they've been able to remain consistent on defense.
Going to give it to Give it to Williams again, and he breaks free down across the 40 to the 30. He is gone. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, London. Jason Williams. Sorry about that, Eddie. Walked right on top of you.
Yeah, I could have sworn you said Reggie Streeter there, just which wouldn't surprise me looking at his number, but he doesn't have quite the speed that Reggie has. But once he was able to get out in front there, he got a couple of nice blocks there. One from his tight end, another one from his right guard, I believe it was. And he got another right tackle in front of him with no one to block. That's unusual. You would never see that too often. Clear sailing. That was the easiest touchdown he'll get probably all season.
Good drive for London. 3 plays in 67 yards. Big 58-yard touchdown run by Jason Williams to put London over the top. Jose, no way. I think he's going to be your favorite kicker this season, Eddie.
Looking at Jason Williams' number, it's hard to get. It's not too difficult to get him confused with Streeter.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the speed that Reggie had last season. But wow, he got some good blocking there, so it really didn't matter too much.
So London goes up 10-3 here in the late stages of the first quarter. Kick is away. So back to the 10-yard line. He's going to be stopped at the 27. First down and 10. Charleston had some SFL action last night to start off season 14. The newly relocated Storm moved down to Florida, took out Denver, the defending champions, 13-10. That was a heck of a game, Eddie.
It was a defensive wizardry performed by both sides of the ball.
So on first down, TD Drew hands it off to Squeaky Swearingen, and he breaks free. He's gone 40, 30, 20. They're trying to catch him, not going to catch him. 5, touchdown, Charleston. Boy, those defenders were trying to catch him, but they weren't going to catch Swearingen.
I don't mean to laugh, but wow, it looked like he was piano on his back. It took him forever to get out there. But he, too, just like Jason Williams did, got some great blocking downfield that got him out in space. And, it was a foot race from that point. But no one – it looked like even a corner couldn't catch him. Wow, that's – I'm not sure if everyone's got tight hamstrings coming into this contest or what the case may be. But even the defenders chasing them, I saw a corner and a safety, and they couldn't keep up with him either.
Yeah, that right tackle
like that. Yeah, it's extra point pending. It's going to be a 10-all ball game.
Yeah, the right tackle for Charleston got downfield and put a nice block on Marquise Reed. Otherwise, he had a chance at him.
Yeah.
But you're right, good blocking downfield. And the kick is up and good. So we are tied up with 3:22 left in the first quarter, tied up at 10 here at Charleston. We'll take a break. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Back here at Charleston, Fort Moultrie Memorial Stadium, and Charleston ties it all up, ties it at 10, and here's the kick. We are back underway. Goes down around the 10-yard line, returned up across the 30. Spin move, gets some more yards, gets it up to the 35-yard line. There's that Gabriel Manning return you were talking about, Eddie.
Yeah, he got out to the 35 this time, but wow, it's a don't blink moment anytime he gets his hands on the ball because you just never know what's going to happen.
Back up under center, I formation. Angus McLean going to hand it off to Williams right up the middle, and he gets some room to run. Gets it out across the 42, the 41-yard line. 2nd down and 4. These two teams have only met in one form or another 3 times, Eddie, since season 10. And Charleston is 3-0, whether they were Indianapolis or now that they're Charleston. They are 3-0 against the London Knights. Dropping back to throw, throws left downfield, and that one is picked off. Threw that into double coverage. Z Temple goes up for it, pulls it down for the interception.
It looked like they ran a stutter go, and Charleston was in what you call a 2-man coverage, and he had free safety help over the top so he could remain aggressive, bumped him off his spot, and it blocked off the timer of that play. That play never stood a chance. Charleston is, like I'm telling you, they are one of the better defenses in this league, that they're often going disrespected because of their offense.
So 1st down and 10 now for the Predators. Right up the middle goes Keith Swearingen.
Charleston remains in this 2 tight end set, and they've been having success out of it, both in the run and pass.
So the last time these two teams met was January 25th of 19, Indianapolis, which is now Charleston. The Spitfires came out with the win 48-14. And you see TD Drew had a huge game, 40 of 53 for over 500 yards. Going to Swearingen up the middle again. Brings up 3rd down and 5. Nice stop by William Davidson.
Yeah, on that play, the wheel linebacker made a great read and was able to beat the left guard to the spot.
3rd down and 5, single back for TD Drew. Gonna go to Swearingen again up the middle. Boy, that was, I don't know, he's having trouble getting up the middle, Eddie. I'm not sure if I wouldn't have went to the outside or if I wouldn't have dumped the ball off a little bit there.
Yeah, it's tough. You got 3rd and long, and London came out in 3-4. They was ready for it all, whether they went out to the line to those 2 tight end set or the run game. Nice defense by London there.
So Wally Saddle comes out to punt this one away, standing back at his own 27. Comes down to the 25, and Gabriel Manning is immediately met. Return comes to the 27, and London will take over 1st down and 10. 1:02 left in this 1st quarter. We're all tied up at 10. So we talked
about a great job hanging that ball up there.
We talked about the retooled offense and defense of London. This team is only bringing back 1 player, and that's William Davidson, the defensive tackle. Going to swing it out to the left to Jason Williams, and he's got some room to run. He gets the 1st down out to the 39. Stopped by Johnny Bravo. 1st down and 10, London.
You know, that was a nice little play design there. They came out with their 2 tight ends once again, line them up both on the left side of the field, and they both ran 9 routes, taking the defense away from the sidelines. Got that ball out to Jason Williams. He had nothing but plenty of open grass in front of him. 1st down, London. Nice play design.
The offensive side of the ball for London, everyone on the offensive side of the ball is new to the London Knights. This is their 1st season here with the Knights. They're either rookies or they've come around from other teams. Swings that one out again to Jason Williams, but nowhere to go. Stopped by Joseph Sobolka and Jack Hoffman. 2nd down and 12.
This time, London ran a similar play. All they did was just flip the field and run to the opposite side. Charleston, looking in the backfield, saw that the whole way.
Angus McLean dumps it out to Gabriel Manning. He's going to gain 6, bring up 3rd down and 4. Wasn't a bad play. That gets you part of your way to the 1st down. 3rd down and short. That's kind of where you want to be.
3rd and manageable. Angus and Manning actually played together in San Francisco last season, so they have good chemistry together.
So that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. London 10, Charleston 10. It's turning out to be a real battle between these two teams, so don't go anywhere. We'll take a break and be back here watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Back here for the start of the second quarter, and Charleston. London has the ball, 3rd down and 4. Angus McLean with 2 to his left, 2 to his right. Going to throw it right over the middle, and that one is knocked down. Incomplete. Great play back there by Callan and Holly to force a 4th down.
Yeah, you talk about getting in coverage and helping this man out. Normally in that particular play, you see him sagging back, afraid of the deep ball. But he just sat there, didn't even move. And once the ball was snapped, read the coverage. Perhaps he's seen some film study in London's previous play calling, because he broke on that ball rather quickly.
And the punt is away. Fair catch called at the 22-yard line, and Charleston will take over 1st down and 10 there.
Charleston has a new home run hitter, formerly Chicago, and Buchanan Simons. Led his team in both yards, receptions, and average yards per catch. We'll see if we can find a way to get him the ball here on this drive.
So 1st down and 10 now for the Predators. 2 wide right, single back. Handing it off right up the middle again. Keith Swearingen going to get 2. Brings up 2nd down and 8. And there, Buchanan Simons was 2nd in the league in yards per catch. You said that, Eddie. He 20.3 yards per reception last year for Buchanan Simons in Chicago, only behind the tight end Craig Hearn from Vancouver at 20.7. Charleston brought in a big weapon there at the tight end spot, at the wide receiver spot in Buchanan Simons. First down for Jay Taylor.
Every team has a player on offense or defense that has to be accounted for. Charleston didn't have one last season. They went out and got one in Buchanan Simons this season. He is a home run hitter, their deep play threat. He needs to be accounted for at the snap of every ball.
So 1st down and 10 now, Predators from their own 38-yard line. Going to send 2 wide with 1 tight end. Single back for TD Drew. Going to swing it out to Swearingen, but no room for him to make a step and try and get upfield. He'll actually lose 2 on that 2nd down and 12.
Anytime that ball is lined up near the hash marks and you got a tailback or receiver going to that side of the ball, it's up to the quarterback to make his reads, and he needs to progress. If that first receiver isn't open and he's your hot, you need to get that ball out to him sooner.
2nd down and 12 now for the Predators. 2 to the left, single back. TD Drew going to swing it out to Swearingen again. He's got some room to run this time. And, he is just hammered by Jack Russell to stop him before the line to gain. 3rd down and 1 now. But Swearingen pops right back up. Going to go to Swearingen again up the middle. This time he's got the first down and some room to run. Gets it down across the 40, actually right to the 40-yard line. 1st down and 10, and Charleston goes back into their hurry-up mode. Single back, 2 wide again. Drops back deep, throws it downfield. That one is caught. Down at that 10-yard line, Gabriel Manning. Or no, sorry. I think that was Jay Taylor.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ken Maccaro. That's who it was. I couldn't see the number. Drops after the throw, swings it out to Swearingen again. He's got some more room to run, and he is stopped by Trey Cook. Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Charleston in hurry up in the red zone here. Going to go to Swearingen again. Right up the gut. He gets the 1st down. Down to the 3-yard line. 1st down and goal for the Predators.
The defensive line is exhausted for London. They saw something they liked and didn't allow them to get off the field and make substitutions.
And I'm exhausted, Eddie. I can't imagine what the defensive line's. So single back now, 2 wide right for TD Drew. Going to Swearingen. He is stopped just short of the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1. Good penetration by the London defense to make that stop.
Actually, it was one individual player, and I think it was the nose tackle. The nose guy. But everyone was blocked up with the exception of him. He pushed the center back and got that play for a loss.
2nd and goal at the 4. Going to Swearingen again, and nowhere to go once again.
It's going to be really disheartening for Charleston if they come all the way down and have to settle for 3. They got one more crack at it.
Big stop by the inside linebacker, Telemac Scarborough. 3rd round pick out of London. 3rd down and goal, back at the 3. 2 to the left, single back. He's going to throw this time. Has pressure, dumps it over the middle. That one's complete. Touchdown, Charleston.
Oh, my goodness. You know what? London lined up and manned this entire drive and never got out of it for whatever reason. And Charleston took advantage of it in both the run and pass game. On this play, TD Drew just waits, allows his receiver to run a square in. There's no way no one can cover him for that long because of the lack of pressure from his defensive line. And just like that, Charleston marches down the field. And, Rich, we have a 17-10 ball game, extra point pending. And I don't think anyone saw this kind of offensive productivity coming from both of these teams today.
No, I don't. I agree. I didn't see this coming at all from both of these teams. I wasn't really sure what to think about London, just because they've kind of put this puzzle together, hoping to spark their offense.
Yeah.
But I'm impressed by both of these teams' offensive production so far, and the defenses really have been playing well.
Yeah, Charleston, they're going to be there with their defensive efforts regardless. London is just the unknown. We don't know about them right now. Once again, registry that's bottled up just inside the 30. But this it's going to be really interesting. If Charleston can get this kind of productivity out of their offense, we already know what their defense can do. This team can be scary. I mean, given, teams haven't had a good chance to get a good look at them. They have 2 tight ends, and they've been in these sets these past few drives here other than the first one. So we'll see what happens.
So London on first down from their own 27. That scoring drive for Charleston was 11 plays of 76 yards. Run by Jason Williams and a big hit from the Charleston free safety, Z Temple.
He came crashing down there. I don't know what he ate this morning, but he got down to that line in a hurry. And not only did he came, but he came with conviction and knocked Jason Williams on his butt.
Drops back to throw. Angus McLean goes to the right. That one is caught, and they're going to say he was out of bounds.
Yeah,
he couldn't keep his feet in.
I'm impressed with London's offensive line. He had all day to throw. That was about a 15-yard out he ran right there, and you need protection for your offensive line, and they gave it to him.
So 2 wide, empty backfield for McLean. Looking to throw, goes right. That one's caught, and just short. Couldn't get his feet down across the first down line, but that'll bring up 4th down and inches. Saren Storm with the catch.
Yeah, actually had the reception, but chasing after the ball, it knocked him back about a half yard or so. I thought that was a first down at first glance, but looking at the replay here, it looks like they're a bit short.
Yeah, and that's rough. 4th down and inches. You got to punt it away this deep in your own territory. You can't take a chance, even with with Jason Williams back there at halfback. You usually can get a yard or 2 out of him, but that'd be a tough call to make, Eddie.
Yes, it would. And Charleston's defensive line, as they progress, I don't see teams having that much time to survey their 2nd, 3rd, or even 4th reads like London just did on consecutive plays right there.
So 1st down and 10 now for Charleston. They lead 17-10 here in the 2nd quarter. We're going to hit the London defense. I haven't done that yet. But we'll hit that defense here in just a minute. Drops back to throw. TD Drew's going to be sacked. He is brought down by the defensive tackle, William Davidson, the only returning player for the London Knights this season.
That was a bull rush in its simplest form. Everyone was pretty much blocked up. The coverage was pretty good downfield, and he just muscled his way through that center and was able to get the sack.
Drops back to throw. TD Drew throws it left. That one's complete. That's a nice pitch and catch there to Buchanan Simons. He climbed the ladder to get that one.
I think that's his first catch of the day.
I think you're right.
Nice fade route. Buchanan Simons, as I said, he's a deep threat. He averaged 20 yards a carry, per reception last season. And sure enough, he's right on cue once again.
So 1st down and 10 from the Charleston 47-yard line, getting out close to midfield. Offset back. Drew's going to dump it off out there to Swearingen, but nowhere to go. He's dropped for a 1-yard loss. Let's go ahead and look at that London defense now. The front 3 for London, Dakota Wolf and Matthew Braun at the defensive ends, and William Davidson at the defensive tackle. Linebackers, Stephen Cleland. I had that wrong on my sheet here. And Telemac Scarborough are the linebackers. That one complete to the outside. Brings up 3rd down and 2 now for the Predators. Cornerbacks, Brandon Ewing and Adam Okoye. Also Trey Cook, that 3rd cornerback there for the Knights. And free safety, Marquise Reed. Strong safety, Jack Russell. That is 7 rookies on that London defense, Eddie.
Rookies all over the place for London here today. But Charleston, they've ran this play right here about 3-4 times now, and London has yet to stop it. They continue to come out here in this man defense, and I'm wondering, come the second half, will they make any adjustments? It's not a big play downfield, but it keeps the chains moving and keeps that London defense and those defensive linemen grasping for air.
It's 1st down and 10 now after that catch by Simons. Looking to throw, steps left, throws downfield, and knocked down. Knocked down by that London defense. That's Jack Russell, one of the rookies. No, I apologize. That was Adam Okoye, a first-year player for London out of Sioux Falls, came over from Sioux Falls.
I understand you're trying to get Buchanan Simons going, but that's a play you got to check down. He was never open.
Yeah, and it's interesting to note Adam Okoye, he's been out of the league since season 10. He took a break and decided to come back, but the last time he played was for Sioux Falls. Right over the middle, that one is complete. That should be enough for a Charleston 1st down. Lyric Da Vinci with a catch. 1st down and 10.
Lyric Da Vinci has been making his presence felt thus far with some nice intermediate catches here today. If he catches that pass in stride, London is going to have to buckle their chin straps and make a tough tackle there versus the tight end.
It's 1st down and 10 at the London 29. Single back, 2 wide right. We're going to go to Swearingen up the middle. He's got some room to run, and he is just hit with a little bit of attitude there from Marquise Reed. 2nd down and 2.
Charleston's offensive line came to play today. He's been getting some gaping holes. Another 2 tight end set.
2 wide left. Goes to Swearingen, trying to go to the right-hand side, but nowhere to go. Nowhere to go for Swearingen. He is dropped for a
2-yard loss.
2-yard loss. Sorry, yep. I'm getting a little caught up.
That play was designed to go up the A gap, but London did a great job of covering it up and forcing him to look outside to the C gap, where once again they had help waiting on him.
So 3rd down and 3, Drew to throw. Throws it to the right. That one's complete.
Da Vinci once again.
Yeah, that's enough for a 1st down. Caught by, I think, Lyric Da Vinci again. Is that what you said?
Yep.
So that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. Charleston still up 17-10. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Back here at Charleston in the red zone. The Predators 1st down and goal at the 8. Going to hand it off to Swearingen, bouncing it to the right-hand side. He's going to get a couple. Stopped by Jack Russell. Gain of 2, 2nd goal.
That right there was an example of a man who, for whatever reason, there was a big hole about 2 yards wide that he refused to run through, tried to cut it outside and be something he's not. Lower those shoulder pads. That should have been a game of at least 5 yards there, Rich.
Yeah, Swearingen's, he's a hefty guy, 6'1", 245 power back. He should be able to lower his shoulder and put some oomph into that run, but boy, that time he didn't have anywhere to run either. No gain.
That time he did not. But that previous play should have been.
Yes.
It should have been like, a 2 yards tackle before he even got to the end zone. That should have been a bigger play.
Scarborough in on that tackle that time. 3rd and goal, gonna throw. Deep drop by TD Drew, has time, throws it in the end zone. Touchdown, Charles.
Is that Da Vinci again?
That is Lyric Da Vinci again.
That's a great play design. You know what? Charleston's offensive line made that play happen. TD Drew needs to be giving them high fives right now on the sideline. No one was open initially, and he ran like I'm guessing that's like a short little crossing route he ran, but he needed time to get open because initially no one was open. He waited, allowed him to clear the zone, and found him in the back of the end zone. T. Drew needs to be walking over to each member of that offensive line on the sidelines there and giving them all high fives because they made that play happen.
I don't think it's steak dinners tonight. 13-play drive for 66 yards. And that 6-yard touchdown pass from T.D. Drew to Lyric Da Vinci makes the score 24-10 after the Amanda Moyer extra point. 58 seconds left here in the half.
Amanda Moyer with 3 extra points and a successful field goal attempt. She's played today too.
And Charleston's offense working very well. Not going for the big. They had the one big home run by Swearingen, but they've got an 11-yard and a 13-yard touchdown run now. But you look at these two teams. Last season, London comes in 4-8 or 5-7. Charleston 4-8, but they're fairly well balanced, except for those offensive numbers. London had big offensive numbers last season, but still just couldn't turn it into wins. Dropping back to throw, Angus McLean out to the left-hand side. That one's complete. Got some room to run out across the 40 to the 41-yard line, and now with 5 seconds left in the half, London goes in to hurry up.
Yep. In
the shotgun, Angus McLean. Going to throw right that time. Caught down across midfield. Gets the first down and 10.
Same play, just flipped it.
Still have 2 timeouts. 24 seconds left on the clock. Has time to throw. Goes left this time, and they just cannot get out of bounds.
No, they keep calling the same play. They just keep flipping it. They need to call a timeout here.
Robert Garrett Jr. on the catch that time. McLean throws it right over the middle, incomplete. That'll stop the clock. But only 5 seconds left, and they're going to leave two timeouts on the board, it looks like, Eddie.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's bad play clock management there. I didn't even see Samuel Cassidy get hurt.
I did not either.
Perhaps that happened on the special teams. Hail Mary attempt coming up.
Everybody on the right-hand side. Ball at the Charleston 40. Pump fakes, throws it into the end zone, and that is intercepted.
Oh.
Intercepted, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half. Charleston 24, London 10.
Charleston has came to play today. We knew about the defense, but today they brought their offense.
Yes. Yeah, we had questions about that offense coming into the game. Kind of went with a stripped-down offensive look here for Charleston. But it's working for them.
It is, and a moment ago you touched on the fact that Charleston finished the season with +7 turnover ratio there. Despite their inept offense, they didn't, take too many risks downfield last season. Kept a short passing game, and it's limited their turnovers that they forced upon T.D. Drew to make, which kept them in ball games. But this season, with Buchanan Simons over here now, they have a deep threat, and those 2 tight end sets we've been seeing them come out all day today, with the exception of the first quarter. The sky's the limit with this offense of what they can do. It's just a matter of what adjustments teams are going to make with this limited playbook. But if they can keep things diverse here, I like Charleston's success long term.
So London receives the opening kick of the second half, and Manning brings it back out. I believe he got out to the 25, and that'll be first down and 10 now for the Knights. Charleston 24, London 10. Trips bunched to the left this time for Angus McLean. Right up the middle is Jason Williams, and he's going to gain 7. Second down and 3.
It's always nice when you see offensive coordinators not panic and continue to utilize the run game there. Still a lot of time left in this game.
Yeah, looking back at the stats that the guys in the truck have been handling for us, and it's kind of been the story of the running backs here in this first half for London at least. Jason Williams carrying the majority of the load, and he's going to get it again. He's going to gain another yard, brings up third down and 2. Good stop by Johnny Bravo.
3rd and 2. London brought over from Sioux Falls this past season Robert Garrett Jr. I'd like to see him get involved here.
Yeah, he does not have a catch yet tonight. And that one swings that one out to Williams again. No gain, 4th down and 2. And that'll force a punt from the Knights here on their opening drive of the second half.
Once again, with the ball lined up on a left hash, if your first read isn't there and Williams is your hot, that ball's got to come out quicker.
So Phil Hunter, the punter for London, standing back inside his own 20, and he'll punt that one away. And a good coverage by the London coverage team gets the ball back to the 26-yard line, 1st down and 10 Charleston, but we'll take a break here at Charleston. Don't go away. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans.
I'm looking.
Okay. 1st down and 10 for Charleston from their own 26 after that punt. T.D. Drew, the quarterback under center. Drops back, throws it right over the middle. That one's complete. That's going to be enough for a 1st down. Buchanan Simons on the catch.
Skinny post versus quarter coverage is hard to defend.
Ball sitting at the Charleston 41-yard line. Rich Pratchard and Eddie Gage here with you at Charleston for week 1 of season 14. Swearingen up the middle, gets some good blocks, and he's going to get a nice run out across midfield. That's enough for a Charleston 1st down, 1st and 10 from the London 48.
Stephen Cleveland saved a foot race for a touchdown there. He was the last man to beat, and he found a way to bring him down. Otherwise, that could have been a house call.
Hands it to Swearingen going to the right-hand side.
That play, like the previous one, that one was actually designed to go out right, and he does not have the foot speed to get out there. No. They need to remove that play from the playbook until he develops.
2nd down and 11 after that loss of 1. Changing the play at the line. T.D. Drew sees something he wants to exploit here. 4 wide. Swings it out again to Swearingen. And he's only going to gain a couple. Get out there, 3rd down and 9. So Charleston with Keith Swearingen last season, 1,135 yards on 291 carries, 8 touchdowns. It's almost 4 yards a carry. You can't ask for much more than that out of a running back, but that's a 1,000-yard season out of Swearingen is what they're hoping for again this season, Eddie.
Yeah, with the lack of weapons on offense, you can't ask more than that, just like I said.
That one's complete, and that's enough for a first down. Jay Taylor fights after the catch to get that first down.
These tight ends for this Charleston squad, they may have saw something in film study watching them at the college level, what have you, or perhaps even in a rookie symposium, so to speak. But they both came to play today. I'm impressed. Him and Da Vinci there, they got a thing going.
Too wide left for Drew in the shotgun. Swearingen to his left. Sits in the pocket, has time to throw or time to look, but this time he takes too much time and he gets sacked. There is a flag on the play.
Looks like it's going to be a face mask, Rich.
The sack was made by Dakota Wolf, but we'll see what the penalty is.
Oh, holding.
Holding against the Predators. No, defensive holding.
Yeah.
Defensive holding. The Predators will accept that play. That one happened downfield, and we didn't get to see it.
It did, and once again, you know, TD Drew had a lot of time in the pocket. It's hard to defend anyone seconds or so.
So first down and 10 now from the London 32. Going to Swearingen, trying to go up the middle again, but only a little bit of room to work with there. Matthew Braun on the stop. 2nd and 8.
That was weird that they called defensive holding because that flag actually came from the back judge. I'm not sure how he saw that when he's quarterback.
Yeah, that's why I assumed it was offensive holding from where that flag came from. You're right.
Exactly.
Shifting the defense a little bit for the Knights. Fakes that handoff to Swearingen, throws left. That one's enough for a first down. Going to Jay Taylor again. First down and 10, Charleston. Stop made by Telemax Scarborough.
I know I keep saying this, but I'm going to say it again. Charleston may have found something. Their offensive line is holding up. This time they're so confident that they decide to execute a play action play, digging deep in the playbook, and found Taylor once again. Wow. I mean, they're giving Buchanan Simons a lot of attention back there, as they should, but they need to start paying attention to these tight ends as well.
Swings it out to Swearingen, but again, like you've talked about, not enough room, not leading him enough or getting the ball to him quick enough for any upfield motion. He's going to lose 3, 2nd and 13.
Yeah, that play was actually designed to go to him, but again, got to get your eyes off that first read and get to the second one and get that ball out. That left guard is exhausted running back over to the line of scrimmage.
So 2nd and 13 now. TD Drew sees something again, going to change the play. He's got 2 wide, 1 on each side. Going to go to Swearingen to the right. He's got a little bit of room and gets it out across the 15, or across the 20 to the 15. 3rd down and 5, gain of 7.
That time, I'm going to blame Keith Swearingen there. If he just stays outside, he may just pick up that first down. Unfortunately, he saw something inside for whatever reason, made him cut back inside and got tackled.
TD Drew, short drop, throws it out to the right, but just couldn't keep his feet in bounds to make the catch. Brings up 4th down and 5, trying to get it to Simons.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And that should force a field goal attempt from the Predators.
But the good thing is you didn't make a mistake. You know, you didn't try to force it. And now, with a successful field goal attempt, you're looking at a 3-score game here.
So left-footed Amanda Moyer comes out. Be a 32-yard attempt. The hold is down, the kick is up. And it is no good. Wide left. No good. Amanda Moyer, the rookie, misses her first field goal on the season.
Yeah, the snap looked good. The hold looked good. But unfortunately, chip shot field goal was missed. And London has life.
So London big stand by the London defense. 5:08 left in the 3rd quarter. They trail by 14, 24-10. McLean to throw. Has time, throws it over the middle. That one's complete. It's going to be short of the first down. Gabriel Manning on the catch. He had to come back a little bit for that, or he would have got the first down on that.
Yep, deep square in. Those plays take time to develop, but he had time in the pocket there, did Angus, and was able to hang in there, wait for that play to open up and get the nice 8-yard gain.
Offset eye behind Angus McLean. Single receiver to the right. He's going to swing it out to Jason Williams, and he tries to get that first down, and he's going to get it. The stiff arm gets it for him just enough. Stopped by Jack Hoffman, but that'll be a first down, London.
It looked like he knew what that stick was, but I thought he fell up just short, but I'm guessing they ruled his full progress, got him there first.
And a short gain for Jason Williams. Gain of 2. Second down and 8.
A running back coach will tell you all the time, if we do our job and leave you with one man to beat, you got to find a way to make that man miss, but unable to avoid that tackle.
Dropping back to throw. McLean throws it right over the middle. That one is caught in traffic. Believe that was Gabriel Manning on the catch. No, that was not. I was wrong. That was Robert Garrett Jr. You were asking for him to get involved, Eddie.
I was, and I actually thought if they hung in there and waited about another half second, he would have had Gabriel Manning open on a deep on a deep corner route, but he got rid of it, and good for London anyway. Nice catch downfield. I think that's his first catch today.
Empty backfield on first down. McLean, quick throw out to the left. That one's complete. Gain of 6. That one was to Gabriel Manning. You know, we talked about London bringing in a bunch of new weapons, and they're bringing in Jason Williams for the rushing game, trying to continue their improvement in rushing yards per game. We've got a challenge on this one.
Yeah, they don't think that Gabe got his feet down.
So let's watch the replay and see what you think.
Hard to see it there. Oh yeah, he got a foot down.
That's right. He got a foot down. That one should be upheld.
After review, the pass has been ruled incomplete. The catch was made.
Oh, they overturned it.
Oh.
I thought he clearly got a foot down, Rich. I think they missed that one.
Too. Yeah, I agree. I thought he got a foot down there. You know, the only thing I can think of is maybe he was bobbling the ball as he went out of bounds. I don't know, but I thought he got a foot down.
That had to be it.
So ball sitting on the 43, second down and 10. 2 wide left, 2 wide right for Angus McLean. Throwing deep down the middle, and that was picked off. Returned it back to the 36-yard line. Jack Hoffman with the big interception to stop that London drive. And Charleston will have the ball, first down and 10.
That's a case there where the quarterback was sitting there getting greedy. At the snap, at pre-snap, you could see they were defending. He had a man run a hitch route. That's where the ball should have gone, but he forced it. Perhaps thinking about this insurmountable lead that he's looking at, and once again, another interception. Charleston ball. They're playing great out here today.
All right, it is 24-10. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports, and for the fans, we'll be back. Back here in Charleston after the big interception by Jack Hoffman. T comes out, throw. So a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7.
2nd and 6 from your Wranglers, 40 yards.
TD Drew with 2 wide, single back. That's Swearingen. Going to go to Swearingen this time to the right and nowhere to go. Wow. Big hit right there at the line.
That right there is a slow developing play where the quarterback actually allows the halfback to choose which side of the A gap he's going to hit. But London had that covered up and sniffed out pretty well.
4 wide, 2 on each side. Single back again. On 3rd down and 7. TD Drew to throw, sits in the pocket. Nice presence in the pocket.
Tough catch.
Dumps it over the middle to Jay Taylor, and he comes up big, 1st down and 10.
These tight ends continue to impress, and just as much as the O-line, they need to be acknowledged as well. They've got a good thing going here today.
So TD Drew, 23 for 29 for 195 yards so far on the day, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Drew to throw again, goes to the right. That one's complete and steps out of bounds. Buchanan Simons with a gain of 8, 2nd down and 2.
You know who else is just as happy with these results so far, other than this offense, is the defense. Charleston's offense is just chewing up clock. I don't know the time of possession right now, but it's got to be heavily in their favor today.
Even with the hurry up they had at points in the game, their time of possession, I would imagine you're right, Eddie. Swearingen off the right-hand side, but he's going to get the 1st down out to the 38-yard line, 39-yard line, 1st down and 10, Charleston.
These 2 tight end sets, it gives them a mismatch at the linebacker spot. Most teams don't have 3 contract linebackers. And with this, you could do so much with it, and it also helps your run game, as you just saw there, with an extra blocker.
2 wide right, 1 wide left. Looking to throw, deep drop, throws to the left. That one's complete, falls out of bounds. That'll be a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Ken McCarrow on the catch. You know, TD Drew's been spreading the ball all over the field to all of his receivers tonight, Eddie.
TD Drew is what I call an equal opportunity employer. He's been giving the ball to everyone. Doesn't matter. If you're open, he's throwing it to you.
Ken McCarroll's got 3. He got 4 catches. Buchanan Simons with 4. Lyric Da Vinci with 4. And with 4.
Oh.
That one's incomplete. Trying to get it to Swearingen.
Rich, if he holds that ball for another second, he's already got a lineman downfield. That could have been a foot race for a gain of about 15, 20 yards.
Got to catch the ball. 3rd down and 7.
Those power backs, it's hard to get their arms above their heads, Rich. All those curls they're doing.
That's right. Drew to throw on 3rd down, throws it downfield, tipped and incomplete. Boy, he had Ken McCarrow there, but he also had Adam Okoye back there in coverage, and he tipped that one, knocked it down.
Cover 3 defense, that's his job to defend that deep third, and London did a great job there. First time in a while I've seen TD Drew show a lack of patience.
So that'll force a punt from the Charleston Predators. Wally Saddle standing back just inside his own territory. A little bit of pressure, but he gets the punt away. Nice punt. It's going to drop inside the 10. Can they stop it?
Oh.
And they do not. They just can't keep it out of the end zone. That'll be a touchback, and London will have the ball at the 20. So 11 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Charleston 24, London 10. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Back here in London takes over, first down and 10 now at their own 20-yard line after the Charleston punt. Angus McLean under center. Jason Williams in the backfield behind him. He's going to throw, going to swing it out to Williams. Tries to turn it upfield, but he's met right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. Going into the fourth quarter here, folks. Charleston 24, London 10. Get your fours up in the chat. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fan. Second down and 10 now for the Knights. They trail 24-10 here starting off the fourth quarter. Offset eye. Drops back to throw. Going to swing it out to Williams again. And his stiff arm gets him a couple. But that's it. You know, London trying to stay on this improving trend of yards per game. You see back in season 10 and season 11, they were kind of anemic, but season 12 and season 13, they've started to bring it up, ending up first in the league in season 13 in yards, rushing yards per game, and now bringing in Jason Williams. They hoping to continue that trend, Eddie.
With a running back by the name of Reggie Streeter, it's not a hard task. Oh,
and that one's picked off. You can't throw interceptions if you want to keep your rushing yards per game up. And that one's picked off by Jack Hoffman. I think that's his second of the game.
You know what? He had deep third, which is outside the hash mark. The quarterback wasn't expecting him over there, but he didn't have a single receiver in his zone. So he's just sitting there eyeing a quarterback, as you see here in this replay, and there's nothing but the one receiver. So if London finds a route tree to put a receiver over there on that deep third, he has a different responsibility, and that would have been a big game.
Jack Hoffman's second interception of the game gives Charleston the ball back in great field position, but T.D. Drew's going to get knocked down as he tries to get rid of that ball. Good pressure that time by Matthew Braun. Incomplete pass, second down and 10.
That's what I'm saying, Cam. I thought that's a backwards pass. It would have been a fumble.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I saw too. I don't know if it got deflected or what happened, but yeah, it looked like a backwards pass to me. 4 wide, 2 on each side. T.D. Drew to throw, going to go left this time, out again to Swearingen. Well, they're trying to get that swing pass working, Eddie. They're just going to it and going to it.
Yeah, at that time, London in second and long there did a great job of sitting back playing the sticks and forcing him to throw that ball short. 3rd and 8, it's a 3rd and long situation. London needs to find a way to get off the field and get their offense back out here with a chance to produce points.
Drew with the deep drop, going deep down the right-hand side into the end zone. Touchdown, Charleston.
Buchanan Simons.
Yeah, Buchanan Simons with the route. He was wide open in the back corner of that end zone.
He was wide open, but he threw himself open there with that post corner route. Corner peeking just a bit too far inside, and once Buchanan made that double move, once again highlighted by that offensive line, giving him the time to get there. Wow, this offensive line, I can't speak. I can't continue to stop praising them, the job they're doing today. It's not easy giving a quarterback that much time for allowing a receiver on a double move.
So Amanda Moyer in for the extra point. The hold is down. The kick is up and good. So Charleston extends their lead now 31-10 with 10:15 left in the game. And London about to receive the kick and try and do something here on offense to get back in this one. 3-play drive for Charleston, 42 yards with that 40-yard pass to
Buchanan Simons.
Buchanan Simons, yep. I almost said Gabriel Manning.
Speaking of Gabriel Manning.
Yeah. First game problems here. Yeah, there's Gabriel Manning, receiving yards 1260 last season, but that does not show his return yards. He is just as dangerous in the return game, Eddie, as he is as a receiver.
Yeah, I remember them talking about it at the draft there, how him and Jeff Daggs were going at it for a while until he just took over and never looked back.
Angus McLean swings it out to Williams, and he gets hit hard by Z Temple. Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4.
He did, but he got a great block from his offensive lineman who actually knocked 2 people in their butts before he got tackled there.
High formation. 1 receiver out wide. 2 tight ends on the left side of the formation. Going to Williams, and he cannot break that tackle. Tried to slip out of the tackle, but just couldn't do it. Johnny Bravo makes a stop, 3rd down and 5.
That was a run blitz pre-snap. London needs to see that and audible out of it. Angus McLean has got to see that he doesn't have a responsibility over there, so he's just sitting there eyeing it the whole way.
Angus McLean over the middle. That one is caught. That's enough for a London 1st down. Robert Garrett Jr. on the reception.
Yeah, he was a late signee. He didn't declare free agency until late in free agency, so I'm not sure if they just couldn't come to contract terms or if he was just taking his time pursuing all his options, but they signed him late, and they're happy to have him.
McLean to throw again here on 1st down. Swings it out to Williams, but nowhere to go. You know, you've talked about it over and over tonight, but you got to get to that check down quicker so you give him some room to run.
Yeah, time's not in their favor, so he's trying to wait for something to open up downfield. But Charleston, as we spoke about earlier a few times already, this defense is solid, so he had to check it down.
2nd down and 9 now for the Knights. 8:26 left in this one. Right over the middle. That one's complete, but nowhere to run after the catch. Does get it across the midfield stripe. Robert Garrett Jr. again.
You know, the good thing about that play is that the corner who tackled him had a different responsibility as they were in tight man there. And he saw it and stopped that, you know, with a nice little gain there. But that could have been an even bigger gain had he not been there.
Trips bunch to the right. Going to go to Williams right up the middle and nowhere to go. The Charleston defense comes up and makes the stop. Jack Brown and Yogi Barr teamed up to bring Williams down. 4th and 3.
4th and 3, and a disappointing effort here offensively for London here today. It's a long season, as I know personally, so they have time to get things, you know, turned around here, look at some film and make changes.
And that return just comes out to the 15-yard line. Good punt there by Phil Hunter for the Knights. And the Predators will have the ball 1st down and 10 from their own 16. 7:22 left in the game. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts. But I would imagine we're going to see some running out of the clock here by the Predators if possible.
Short passing game and a running game right now is the clock is their only enemy at this point.
London showing pressure, but they're going to go right up the middle with Swearingen. He's going to gain 4, 2nd down and 6.
That's at least the 2nd or 3rd time I've seen that play where the quarterback gives his running back an option of which side of the A-gap he's going to attack. And they haven't had much success out of it, but they are staying ahead of the chain, so they'll take it at this point in the ball game.
Going to Williams again. This time right up the middle, but he gets the 1st down, is able to push forward to get that first down at the Charleston 26.
Keith Swearingen showed great individual effort right there to extend this body, extend that ball out there and get that first down rather than selling for 3rd and short.
First down and 10, clock still running at 6:30. Williams up the middle again, and he is stopped at the 30-yard line, gain of 4. Second down and 6.
At this point in the ball game, London has to realize that they want to just run this clock out, and they need to beef up that defensive line and make this running game a bit tougher to come by.
I think I said Williams. I meant Swearingen. Sorry. Going to Swearingen again, and this time nowhere to go. He's going to get dropped for a yard loss. 3rd down and 7. William Davidson in on the stop.
That nose tackle for London, William Davidson, stood his ground, pushed the center a yard back in the backfield, and made the tackle. You can't ask for much more than that out of a nose guard.
2 wide right for TD Drew. Fakes the handoff to Swearingen, goes right down the field, and that one's complete, and that's enough for a first down. Yeah, Ken Maccaro.
Excuse me.
Ken Maccaro on the catch.
This time they ran the play action game once again, but this time they attacked the slot corner there. First down once again. Charleston is opening up the playbook right now.
London didn't have bad coverage there. It was just a good throw from TD Drew to put it where Maccaro could catch it.
Right over the defender's head.
So Swearingen up the middle finds a little bit of room. He's going to get 6 on that run. Second down and 4.
And at this point, you just wonder just how tired this defensive line for London is. They've been pounding the rock all day. 3-yard runs are becoming 4- and 5-yard runs.
So second down and 4 now from the 43 of London. 4:28 left in this game. 2 wide right for TD Drew. Letting that play clock run all the way down. Going to hand it to Swearingen. Going off the left side of the center there. He's going to get a couple. 3rd down and 2.
You just wonder where that play is on the top of the food chain in their playbook. They've ran it like about 4 or 5 times in the past couple of drives here.
Third down and 2 now in the shotgun. TD Drew with 2 wide left. Looking to throw, swings it out to Swearingen. He's got enough room to get the first down. Good block downfield, you're right. And that is enough for a Charleston first down, 1st and 10 at the London 34.
Left tackle James Moat needs to be credited with that play. He got out there, which is very hard for a left tackle to do. I mean, to ask him to get out there outside the numbers. Get a hold of his man, both hands for that matter, and hold him long enough for Swearingen to get that first down. That was impressive.
Two wide right for TD Drew. London showing pressure. But Drew finds the open hole, and he is going to gain 6, 2nd down and 4. They were showing pressure from the left-hand side of the defensive line, and Swearingen went the other way.
Whoever plays Charleston next week, their defensive coordinator is going to have to find a way to take that play away. It's been their bread and butter. Vancouver has Charleston week 2. They're going to have to find a way to take that out of their playbook.
So 2nd down and 4 now, 2 wide left in the shotgun. TD Drew, he has been able to run a lot of time off of this clock here in the 4th quarter. Sitting in the pocket, goes out to Swearingen. No gain, going to be a loss. Back to the 31, brings up 3rd down and 7. Good read of that play by the London defense to what was happening.
This time, Charleston had 3 linemen out there, including center, and neither one of them blocked a soul. And that's going to be a loss for Charleston.
That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning here at Charleston. The Predators 31, London 10. We'll be back. You're watching the Stimulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Back here at Charleston, the Predators 31, London 10. Charleston with the ball, trying to run this fourth quarter out. In the shotgun, TD Drew looking to throw, has plenty of time, and that's incomplete. Trying to get the ball to Jay Taylor, but man, it looked like the defender got there a little early, Eddie.
You know, you took the words right out of my mouth there. Back there, I was waiting for a flag, but it never came. But TD Drew could have helped his receiver out there, his young tight end, by getting that ball a bit quicker. He was able to break the zone, but didn't see him till late.
Amanda Moyer, the rookie kicker, with a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Snap is low, but he gets it spotted. The kick is up, and it's good. So Amanda Moyer gets a 47-yard field goal here in her first game.
That snap looked a little suspect, but the hole was solid, and Amanda's looking to redeem herself after that missed chip shot field goal earlier with a deep one here just now, 47 yards.
Even with that chip shot miss, she's had a pretty solid opening game here.
Oh, yeah.
The nerves get your first game on the big stage.
All these rookies for Charleston, including their two tight ends, have played great today.
So the line on that drive is 12 plays, 53 yards with a field goal. But I think the more important stat on that line, on that drive, is over 6 minutes, around 6 minutes of time taken off the clock, Eddie.
You gotta love it. As the defensive line is over there just taking a nap practically.
So London trying to get something on the board before the end of the game here. They've been blanked in this first or second half. Swings it out to Jason Williams. Short gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
London going to hurry up here.
McLean going to go to Williams again. That time he gets the first down, breaks the first tackle, but then pays for it.
You like to see him run out of bounds there and stop that clock.
Joseph Sabolka with a big tackle to keep him inbounds. 1st and 10. McLean right over the middle, tipped and intercepted. That one's coming back across the 45, flag down.
I didn't see what the flag was for there, but we'll see.
Oh, clipping, Eddie.
Of course.
I was going to say, I know that's shocking, but that is after the interception, so the Predators will keep the ball, and we'll come back with the Predators going back on offense trying to run this thing out. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. You see what they want on the chat there, Eddie?
Got in here and clear us. Yeah.
Nope. Where are we at? Okay. Charleston here trying to run this one out after the big interception. Hands it off to Swearingen, just trying to run the clock out, and London will start taking timeouts. 1:08 left on the clock, and that's a gain of 2. Don't forget, folks, in less than 30 minutes right here on 11 Sports and For the Fans, our next game comes up. It is Las Vegas at Mexico City. Las Vegas and Mexico City come out to open up their season 14 campaign. Hands it off to Swearingen, going to the left-hand side of the line, and oh, we've got some backups in. Sorry about that. Carol Knight.
Once again with that little delay on the trap play there. Stephen Mullinex returning home to face former teammates in Mexico City. That's going to be an intriguing matchup there.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about the Stephen Mullinex angle there. Moving over to Las Vegas. Throws that one across the middle. That one's complete to Jay Taylor. That's a first down, and another timeout from London. They are out of timeouts now.
The tight ends for Charleston, both of them, both rookies, have came to play today. The consistent receptions in the short passing game to keep the chains moving, the deep play threat of Buchanan Simons, and Charleston just may be on to something here.
So in the victory formation, TD Drew will kneel it down one more time, and we'll be done here at Charleston. And Charleston will come out with a 34-10 win. Nice performance by the Charleston offense, Eddie. We weren't sure what to make of these guys coming into the game.
We were not, but it's been a long off season, and they had nothing but think about how they're going to attack this. I was somewhat critical of the moves they made in the draft, going with 2 tight ends and bringing in Buchanan Simons, but they made it work, and it's been a thing of beauty to watch today, and we'll see how defenses attacking moving forward. But as of right now, putting up 34 points today, I don't think anyone saw that coming.
So TD Drew goes 29 for 39 today. That's almost 75%. That's 74.4%. 3 touchdowns, 281 yards. Big day for TD Drew. And that does bring us to the end of this one. Charleston 34, London 10.
A short passing game by Charleston, complemented by a great defense and positive things on the horizon for this team. If they can just find a way to ride this momentum, perhaps diversify their playbook a bit as they go forward along the season. But if they can find ways to do that while continuing to feed the key pieces of this offense, Charleston is going to be a force to be reckoned with this season.
Davidson with the only sack of the day. Got the one against TD Drew for London. McLean with 164 yards passing. Amanda Moyer, 2 for 3 in her debut. Sorry, Eddie, go ahead.
I don't think Gabe Manning is happy right now. He wants more targets thrown his way, and he got to be pretty upset right now. So London, as Arizona learned last night, it's a long season. Only one game has been played. There's time to make adjustment. They need to find a way to feed Gabriel Manning while complementing him with Jason Williams and that new tight end that they signed over from Sioux Falls. And if they can find a way to get those guys going, Robert Garrett I'm referring to, if they can find a way to get those guys going and, take some of this pressure off of their defense, they can turn this thing around too. So it's only one game. Keep your head up, and positive things are to come. But you got to put in the work and the film study.
So who's your player of the game today, Eddie?
Yeah, man. You know what? A lot of people may not agree with it, but I'm going to say this offensive line for Charleston. I can't give it to him, so I go with the tight end. Oh, they give it to TD Drew. Yeah, he was consistent. But wow, as I said earlier, he needs to be taking those offensive linemen. And I said a high five, but those guys, those big guys, they need to be complimented more. And as you said, feed them a steak dinner or something.
All right, folks. Well, we want to appreciate everybody for coming out and watching this opening week season 14 matchup between the Predators and the Knights. Don't forget to stick around here. Less than 30 minutes, about 20 minutes. Las Vegas and Mexico City will be right here on 11 Sports. That should be a heck of a game. Like you said, with Stephen Mullenix coming back over and facing his former team.
Mm-hmm.
For Eddie Gage, my color man, and the guys in the truck, Mark Mello and Stephen Hacker handling the stats for me.